Hi everyone, happy Tuesday. A couple weeks ago I did the demo with the dark version of the Grayscale and Hannah Lynn's book, the Early Works Grayscale collection. This week I'm doing a demo of the lighter version. We're going to be using the Bookworm Fairy, and I watched the video and tried to pull the same markers that I used for the dark grayscale version just for comparison purposes. So here we're getting started with that. I can't remember if it was last Tuesday or the Tuesday before, so forgive me for not remembering, but it has been, I don't know, it's just been an odd, it's been an odd couple of weeks. Anyway, I wanted to do this just to show the differences between the two different grayscale versions. Now, if you are part of Hannah Lynn's group, she did on Facebook, she did make a note yesterday that the versions on her site are going to be limited of this because she said the dark grayscale just turned out too dark. She may still keep. I'm assuming from that message that she's still going to make it available on Amazon for purchase, but you may not be able to purchase it from her site. She said this was, just an experiment, and that her plan is with the next grayscale work she does, it's going to be a more conventional grayscale book, because she's actively going to be working in with new images, I believe. So she said this was just kind of an experiment just to see how it would turn out, and I think the dark grayscale was just turning out too dark. um, I personally didn't mind it. It isn't like conventional grayscale per se, but I liked that you could have a limit. Let's say you have a limited marker set. The areas that were darker grayscale kind of gave you a few more shades, so to speak. So you could stretch out a small set of markers and stretch them out further and get a little more variety of color with it. So I don't particularly mind it. So I will probably, this book will just be a unique piece that I can go back to and color in that way. So just as a heads up, that kind of seems to be the results of publishing this and everything. So anyway, I keep like her hair and her skin tone the same. I did switch up the background. I made blue, and then I brought the light purple and the light green forward into the wings. I just wanted to mix it up a little bit. I didn't want to make it exactly the same. I just wasn't really in the mood to do that. I woke up this morning. I rested over the weekend, and I thought I was feeling a bit better. I was out on the porch yesterday morning, and I helped place a couple of the flowers I got over the weekend so my husband would know where to plant them. And like just the 30-45 minutes I spent outside wrecked me for the rest of the day. I don't know why. It just, I'd had more energy lately. I don't know why. Yesterday was, and it's been a week now since I got sick, so I figured I'd, already recovered enough, but evidently not. So, anyway, um, so that was really frustrating. He did get the flowers planted for me, but I really wanted to be able to do some of it myself, but it probably worked out well, it didn't help either. We have a million carpenter bees, which is really funny, um, because that's my last name. I guess they're just drawn to us. I don't know. Maybe it's something like that. But they like to hang around our porch because it is a wood screen porch. And fortunately, as long as we keep it stained, they can't really do a lot of damage to it. They seem like they just are looking for, raw wood access. But they're still buzzing around, and I just do not. I was so stressed out. Every time I would start trying to mess with the flower beds, they would buzz right up against my ear, and I would just take off across the yard. So I guess being a weenie was to my favor, because when I did finally crash yesterday evening, I was on the couch for 2 or 3 hours and I was just exhausted. And I slept through most of the night last night pretty solid too. So what little I did do apparently was enough for the day. What really stinks? What the heck? Okay, so if you hear random noises in the background, they are doing something across the street. I don't know what it is, and I apologize for the truck noises. Um, the guy that lives across from me, the couple, oh, it's an older couple. They have the like 3/4 of an acre, so the house sits on. Oh my gosh, hang on a second. All right, I closed the window and everything. I don't know what they're doing over there. At first, we were concerned that they had sold the land and were sticking another house there. But as I've watched the construction going on over there today, I just, unless it's a tiny house or, a workshop or something like that, I just can't fathom. There's no way they could put, that is not a house sized section that they're working with. So who knows? Which is good news. If they put something on there, then it's a lot less likely that piece of land will sell down the road and then somebody tear it down and stick a house on it. So, which is probably what at first I thought they were doing, because around here, probably like everywhere else, they are finding the smallest pieces of land to stick gigantic 2-story houses on, and I don't get it. I don't understand why anybody would do that to themselves, but okay, sure. And if there's land to put a house on, they're putting it on, or they're around here. So anyway, no, I woke up this morning and for some reason I'm having a major tendonitis flare up in my right arm. Usually I get this if I play like just non-stop computer games for a couple days, or if I just color non-stop for a couple days, particularly with colored pencils. That's why I don't use colored pencils as often, and because they can, especially harder lead colored pencils, because they can flare up. I have real bad tendonitis in both my arms. Of course, my right one's worse than my left because I'm right-handed. But it ached and kept me up, probably not half the night, but it kept waking me up. And I don't know what I did to cause it, because I didn't do any actual planning yesterday. And I can't think of anything I've done. I haven't done any extra work the last few days. I haven't been able to color at all, so I don't know what did it. And but I had to wrap something around my elbow area. Sometimes if I put pressure on it, it'll help ease the pain some. And that helped enough to, I just, you can see it actually on my arm right there, that little bandana. If you're wondering what that is to try to ease the pain a little bit. And it helps. I just did not feel like sitting and doing absolutely nothing today. So I figured I could do this picture. And with markers and just some gel pens, it shouldn't be too bad. As long as I stick to markers, then I should be alright. I was getting frustrated here because I thought this one still had plenty of color left in it, this marker, and of course it started running dry about halfway through the picture. And that when I was picking up all my refills, I stopped at the M's, so I do not have a refill for this one. So I desperately went into my Ohuhu pastel marker sets, and I found a blue, I think it's frost blue, that was very, very close to the mint blue in Copics. You will be able to see a slight shade difference, and of course the line there, because it dried a lot before I could get back to it, but it's not super noticeable, and I was happy enough with that. Usually it ends up being an even bigger disaster, and then this one kind of worked out. So just about done putting down the layer of marker on here. I can go ahead and tell y'all, and I'll probably repeat it a couple more times because I'm not paying any attention. I already can tell I like the darker grayscale more than I do the light. Now, a lot of people are probably going to disagree with me because, again, the usually the major opinion here is that the dark grayscale in this book is too dark. But for me, I like the dark grayscale better. The biggest thing is that the line art's so faded in this version because all of it has been changed to light grayscale, which means even the lines are gray instead of black. And I insert, not in everything, but in a lot of my pages, like my Hannah Lynn pages and um, uh, like Kimberly Angelkova and Joshua Dunbar, a lot of my Amazon books like this, I really like the line art to be bold black lines. And this whole, yeah, they barely poured any concrete into that. What are they putting in? Oh my gosh, drive me crazy, y'all. It's like I don't know what they're doing over there. And it is what I mean, like where I sit at my desk in my office is right in my line of sight. So, I'm not that close. I've never talked to that neighbor, so I mean they're quiet. They're like us. They keep to themselves. I really don't, I'm certainly not gonna go there and be like, "What are you doing?" Because that would be kind of rude. But it is. I am being. Have you guys ever seen the meme of the person that's outside in the yard with like a vacuum cleaner pretending to vacuum while he's watching the house with the cop cars? Like, that's me. I am so nosy. The biggest thing is I was really worried they were putting a house there. And because it's like right, it just would be another house crowded in here. And, um, I just wasn't looking real forward to that, but it doesn't seem at least that's going to be the case. So now I'm just curious flat out as to what it is. But anyway, the darker grayscale left the line art darker. And so here I'm using the Arteza gel pens again, just like I did with the other picture. I end up not using any stickles in this one, was really the only key difference, just because I was lazy and I didn't feel like using them, getting them out. But I did the hair very similar to the other picture. The hair and the face are very similar in color to the other page. And I mean, I'll show that one at the end too to kind of compare them. But that was my biggest problem with this. I didn't mind the lighter grayscale really, except it did make dark colors look like really dark when you put them up against the lighter colors. I just prefer the look that the darker grayscale gives, and it bothered me so bad that at one point you'll see me get out my Pitt pen, my Faber-Castell Pitt pen, and I go over her eyes and the lines on her face and her body with to make that bold black outline. And fortunately, the gel pens kind of carry the rest of it for me because I'm going over those lines. The one bonus to that is because they're lighter gray, you can see the gel pen outline more than you would on the darker lines. So, I mean, I guess at least there's that. But, it looks so much smoother when it's sped up. And my shaky hand is not this smooth. Trust me. You can even see where it's a little bit shaky here. So I hope everybody had a good weekend. For those of you that do celebrate Mother's Day, I hope you had a good one. For those of you that don't, for whatever reason, I hope you had a great day. Regardless, and that it wasn't a tough day, which I know it is for so many reasons. Because of our stomach bug, we ended up opting to stay home. Because I can't risk getting my mom sick with whatever I have. And so I'm hoping to be able to go see her for a little bit tomorrow. And then maybe I can go stay the night with them again the weekend of my birthday. My birthday is actually going to be May 20th. my husband's birthday is this Friday, Friday the 13th, and so we are exactly a week apart, and then our wedding anniversary is on the 16th. So we made it super easy for us to remember to remember everything. So this is where the line art being gray really started to bug me, because I outlined those eyes and then everything else just looked so washed out, and I was just like, what? No, no. And so yeah, I give up on it here in a minute. But I, like I said, I just do the outlines of the face and the eyes and everything. I didn't want to spend too much time on this picture. This was supposed to be a low-key picture, and I definitely didn't need to spend hours and hours on it with my arm hurting like it is. Again, it just happened. I'm just so frustrated. I get in a groove and I get to where I'm making some real progress, and those B12 shots seemed like they were helping with my energy levels and stuff, and then I got sick with my stomach. I still don't seem to be back to the way I was before that started, and then this weird tendonitis in my arm, and this is real devastating for me because everything I love to do involves using my hands. I get almost bored anymore just sitting around watching TV all day. I mean, I have to be able to work and use a computer with it. I have computer games, coloring, diamond painting. I mean, pretty much anything I enjoy to do in my free time other than just holding a book and reading. And I didn't really want to do that today, but I may just have to sit down and make myself just read most of the day, to try to let it calm down, because I've had it flare up in the past if I've colored too much, but like the last time it really ached like this, I was working at a print place where I was having to pull stacks of books off a feeder machine, and it completely wrecked both my arms for like a week. It was awful. I could barely do anything. It just hurt so bad. I do have a wrist brace we managed to find this morning, so I think with that, my little bandana, that'll at least cut some of the pain throughout the day, and then hopefully. So anyway, just wanted to get on here and show you guys this real quick. I just, because of, especially waking up feeling like this, I just didn't have it in me really to do anything else this morning. And so here I am getting a little worm with the gel pens. Sorry for the beeping, y'all. But yeah, here it comes. I just couldn't take it anymore. I was like, it's just no, 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 no. I want her eyes to stand out. So this is what we're gonna do. But like I said, overall, I still do like the Grayscale book. For probably most of the pictures, however, I will be using the dark Grayscale. So at some point, I will probably do like I did with my Whimsy Girls Celebrate the Holidays book and just chop it up. And then, you know, if somebody out there wants the light Grayscale versions, then we'll do that. But that's not going to be anytime soon. And obviously you'll be missing the one here, but I'll send you the dark Grayscale version of it, because I just don't do multiple versions of images. There would have to be a specific situation, like if I wanted to do like a ice and fire version of the same picture or something like that. And so far I've had no desire to do that in about 4 years. So but doesn't it look so much better with that line, the black lines though. I mean it really does. So it just looked really washed out without the pen outlines through it. So I think it turned out really cute, and I do like it. And then I come in and do the little bits and pieces in the end here. I do like it, but ultimately, like I said, I like the dark grayscale a lot better. I would rather do the dark grayscale and be limited in the dark marker colors I can use than have the washed out look of the light grayscale. So, but again, that is a personal preference on my part. Other people may prefer the lighter grayscale version, and that's fine. Now, I am going to have to turn this while I'm doing the border. It's just, there's no way I can do it in a expedient way unless I do this. So, but I didn't want to. I don't know if I'm going to do a coloring chat or a demo this weekend. I didn't want to talk too much about the last few weeks. Not that there's really been anything going on. See, you can see that line, that blue line right now that it's dried. The frost blue is just a shade lighter than the mint blue. But again, it is just ultimately not enough to bother me. So here we go. There is the finished picture. Then we have, this was the one I did with the dark grayscale version. Same type of markers, same type of gel pens. I did add some stickles to it, which is where you can see a lot more of the shine. But for the most part, I just love the bold look I get with this a lot more than I do this version. So this is still cute, and again, I still like how it turned out. But the washed out line art really drove me crazy in pictures that I tend to prefer the bold line art. So for me, the darker grayscale is going to be the go-to in this book rather than the lighter grayscale. But like I said, I wanted to show you guys both versions and how they turn out with a similar looking color palette and using gel pens, how dark colors look on them, how light colors look on them. So you can make your own determination as to whether you want this book, or if you do get this book, which type of grayscale you would probably prefer. So thanks to y'all for watching. Why is there banging every day? It seems every time I try to record, there's banging. I don't know why. But anyway, I hope you guys have a good rest of the week. I still am not sure if I'm going to have a flip through Friday because I don't have a lot of new books. If I don't have the new books come in, we may just dip into the collection a little bit. Who knows? And yeah, we'll see what happens after that. With birthdays and anniversaries coming up over the next few weeks, things may be a little more sporadic than usual, but I will try to do my best to get videos done. This is turning in a tough month. I should have known. Like, I really wanted to do a lot of coloring, but it's just not working out so far. So, as is usual for me in May, I don't know why I thought this one would be any different. So, thanks y'all for, yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.